Hey guys, क्या हाल चाल है नई शुरुआत. So in today's video we are going to be discussing about metrics. So many a times when we talk about the pharmaceutical industry and the pharmaceutical management, metrics plays a very vital role because metrics is something that can help you count, that can help you validate, that can help you track. So up you can, and the pharmaceutical industry has 2 points. One of the proper core and the other is the non-core. The core involves manufacturing, formulation, QA/QC, regulatory affairs, all those miscellaneous stuffs. While the other side involves marketing, branding, promotion, and selling your product, how providing it a competitive edge over others. So today we are going to be discussing about the same thing in this video, and I'll make sure that I have a lot of new instances for you and a lot of new examples so that you can understand. But why metrics? Metrics क्यों जरूरी है? It can help you manage right from your procurement, inventory to your contract manufacturing, planning, QA/QC, regulatory, logistics, and provide have a good idea of the COGS, operations, finance, marketing. So let's see what are the different pharmaceutical metrics is according to subject domain, right from pharmacology, pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacognosy, pharmaceutics, then we have national products, pharmacognosy, and then we have medical device, clinical pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, pharmacy practice, and allied subjects. So let's see what all is there in the basket for us today. So when we talk about metrics, obviously it can help you analyze, it can help you validate, evaluate, identify different areas where you can work upon or where you can have a greater scope of improvement. So metrics can be related to the environmental metrics, producing devices, medical devices, producing certain biodegradable polymers or packaging that is sustainable for the environment. That is environmental metrics. How is it helping to, conquer the Sustainable Development Goal (SDG) laid down by the United Nations? Then we have subject specific. So in your pharmacology, we have in vitro, in vivo, in silico. They have different matrices, right? From your docking score to your binding affinity to your log P to your Ki, Kd value and different values. In your biotechnology, you have the bacterial growth curve, the exponential phase values. So there are different metrics in different system. In pharmaceutics, the CDR, cumulative drug release, and all these are all metrics, right? Regulatory metrics is performance-based metrics. How much is the product being sold? What is the performance of the medical device, of the services that you're providing? Safety metrics is how safe is the drug? Because nowadays, in the QSAM guidelines of the ICH, safety is prior to efficacy. If the product is not safe, you cannot take it ahead. Even if it is 100% efficacious, its safety, if its safety is compromised, you cannot take it ahead. You have patient and customer centric metrics. So it can help you, because there's a very small line of difference between a customer and a consumer. So you need to identify that which are your frequent customers, and which are your, complete, which is your segmented market, which is your specific target area where you want to market your product. R&D metrics, many a times we have a lot of permutation combinations going on when we are in the R&D stage, pre-formulation, formulation stage, or in preclinical studies. There are a lot of different, amalgamations that are being done. Then you have finance and operation, human resources, and all related metrics that can give you an idea of the EBITDA, that is earning before interest, demortization, taxes, and all. So that is another prospect of finance and operations where you can come to know about the gross margin, the net revenue, the profit, the losses, right? So these are different kinds of matrices that are available. The first matrix that I'm going to speak about is in the pharmacology field is PK matrix. So we have PK, PD, toxicological, antimicrobial, the molecular pharmacological, there are different histopathological, pharmacological, molecular, biochemical. So according to the clinical pharmacological, biopharmaceutical, pharmacogenomics related. So there's a when we start with the very famous economy and market related. So there is QALY and DALY, disability adjusted life years assessment and quality adjusted life years assessment. These are the two metrics that can help you identifying the drug utilization. Then when I speak about the pharmacokinetic metrics, we have Cmax, Tmax, and the bioavailability F. The distribution, we have volume of distribution, protein binding, metabolism, the extent of metabolism, the clearance, the half-life, the number of metabolites from. These are all kinds of matrices, right? You measure them. Anything that can be measured, anything that can be counted, uh, is a matrix. Pharmacodynamics. So you have a lot of IC50 value, that is inhibitory concentration value. You have MICs, minimum inhibitory concentration. You have LD50, ED50, therapeutic index. Toxicological metrics, maybe you have loyal, noyal, low observed adverse effect level, no observed adverse effect level. MTD, maximum tolerated dose, BMD, benchmark dose. These are all examples of the toxicological metrics. Moving on, and you have hazard ratio, you have safety ratio, and then in the molecular pharmacology, you have KD, dissociation constant value. So these are all different kinds of metrics that you must be aware of with respect to pharmacology. In that also you have in vivo, in vitro, in silico. You can just classify. Then when I talk about the pharmaceutical management, so there is corporate governance, there is CSR, corporate social responsibilities, there is ESG, environmental social governance, there are human resources, there is supply chain, there is marketing, there is sales, there is quality metrics, there is financial performance, there is product development. So right from your GTM, go to market strategies, giving you a lot of good progression rate, giving you a lot of, uh, you get an idea about different portfolio, like which area of the which product portfolio analysis can help you identify that exactly konsa domain is giving you a lot of money, which of them holds a greater share in the market. Like the pie chart, different charts are developed using different data visualization softwares. So the financial metrics, we have revenue growth, growth margin, operation expenses, cost per unit, inventory carrying cost. Then you have different kappa actions that you can take, corrective and preventive actions. These are all metrics that you can observe. Marketing and sales metrics, stock in, stock out metrics, and all. Next up, we have pharmaceutics. So here you have a lot, right from your conventional to your novel drug delivery. There are a lot of regulatory compliances. There is lots of cost analysis. There is a lot of GMP compliance, IVIVCs, dissolution, content uniformity. You name a dosage form, you have FTIR, XRD, SPR, polarization microscopy. You take out TGA, DSC, different kinds of matrices. They have different values that they hold. So the different peak values in FTIR spectra, the different RF values in the TLCs. Uh, they all hold a lot of different dissolution rate, disintegration rate. So these are all different kinds of studies that you can do in pharmaceutics. When we speak with the aspect of pharmacognosy and natural products, so absolutely you have a lot of different metrics that play a role. So specifically phytochemical analysis, so you have stomatal number, vein isolate number, lycopodium spore. These are basic metrics, certain chemical tests that you can use to qualitatively analyze. But quantitatively also you need to identify. So you have dose response relationships, you have ADMET profiling that you can do. One of the major metrics of the pharmacognosy and natural products is the industrial metrics. So you get an idea about the patent filing rates, the raw material availability index, the production per cost. That is one of the very important. Then with respect to amalgamation, you have research output, like how many collaboration research index. Like just indexing is something that you give a value to, right? Like there's H index, there is I10 index of a particular journal, of a particular author, right, of a particular researchers, that quantifies. Even a journal, there is an impact factor, so that impact factor will give you an idea about the quality of the journal. So similarly, that is one of the factors. So similarly, indexes, degrees, matrices can give you an idea about the आपका धंधा कैसे चल रहा है, how good is your business going on. So that is very very important with respect to pharmacy. Next up, we have biotechnology. So here you have again publication and citation impact, of course. But besides this, when we speak with respect to the, recombination techniques, or we speak with respect to the fermentation, so batch success rate, yield efficiencies, you have validation matrices, profit by loss ratio, or earnings by loss ratio, earnings by profit ratio. You have market penetration, you have carbon footprinting, because uh, biopharmaceuticals or nano biotechnologists have a very vital process of having a sustainable environment friendly with reduced waste. So that is again a very important factor of the biotechnology metrics. Pharmacy practice में metrics में you have therapeutic drug monitoring and MTM, medication therapy management metrics is operational metrics is like the inventory turnover once again, pharmacist to patient ratio, then you have HIPAA, GCP and all those guidelines are the metrics ratio, health literacy ratio. So these are all ratio of the pharmacy practice. With respect to clinical research, we have protocol because clinical investigation is very important process and is encompassing a lot of different protocols, clinical studies, experimental designs, parallel cross control, crossover, case study based. There are a lot of different designs. There's meta-analysis, network meta-analysis that one can be doing, like different kinds of trials, like there are decentralized trials and all that are going on. So having a clinical endpoints, that is very important to get an idea about the endpoints, checkpoints. There are different checkpoints or primary checkpoints, secondary checkpoints in a particular field that you must be aware of. Whichever field you enter into, irrespective, you must be aware of the primary checkpoints and secondary checkpoints so that you get an idea कि आप सही जा रहे हो कि नहीं, are you going good or no. Next up, we have pharmaceutical chemistry. So obviously, in this we have a lot of total topological surface areas, number of hydrogen bond donors, acceptors, Lipinski's rule, Ghosh rule, Weber's rule, and all. Permeability, QSAR studies. Then you have different kinds of Hans analysis, Hammett's electronic score, Taft's steric parameters, how much of yield you're getting, so reaction time, percent economy, because nowadays process chemistry is or pharmaceutical chemistry are merged for the industry and technology oriented. So you get together producing new molecules or derivatives or analogs with reduced resources in a shorter span of time, in a reduced number of steps in the reaction and a greater yield. So this is what the major objective of the any pharmaceutical chemist is, and to minimize the waste or reduce the amount of so that there's green chemistry, microwave assisted chemistry and all. So in this comes the pharmaceutical analysis also, where you have LOD, LOQ, robustness, selectivity, sensitivity, specificity, linearity, RMSD, relative mean square deviation, RSD, relative square deviation, SEM, standard error of mean, standard deviation. These are different, units or statistical units where you need to identify. Next, you have pharmacoinformatics. So, data competency, data accuracy, data integration is very important uh, hallmarks of PI, good PI studies. Then you have virtual screening because if you are performing a docking, so ligand binding score, docking score is very important. It should be having a good negative value. Hit ratio, then you have docking accuracy, then you have different kinds of external validation parameters, you can also incorporate quantum physics and quantum chemistry, CYP enzymes, you can have drug likeliness screening for Lipinski's rule, patient satisfaction, because nowadays HEOR and real world evidence is gaining a lot of importance with respect to PI, CR and pharmacy practice. So if we merge three departments, PI, PP, and CR, so the patient satisfaction, electronic health records, real world evidence, health economics, outcome research, pharmacoepidemiological studies, and patient satisfaction becomes very, very easier and more productive. You can even identify the errors or the expression or the developed networks. Like now you have new fields like network and reverse pharmacology coming up these days. So they give you different pathways or different hit scores that your different particular herbal phytoconstituent is having this downstream signaling mechanisms. Again, pharmaceutical analysis में those same product quality, chromatography, spectroscopy, operational, data integrity, regulatory, these parameters play a very vital role. Medical devices, of course, performance metrics is something that is very specific for medical devices. The accuracy, the sensitivity, the durability, the utility, training ratio, error ratio, safety metrics, biocompatibility. These are all different parameters that are important in medical device point of view. And also the manufacturing supply chain, the net prompt services that are available, they play a very vital role. And that's it for this video. I hope this was insightful for you all and you'll understand the importance of metrics and why is it important to track the metrics of your company or whatever field you are, even if you're in the research or you are in the market industry. Technology and metrics is something that can be, integrated everywhere. So make sure that whatever you do, you have a metrics of the same. Thank you so much, everybody. You can connect to me via my mail, or if you want any collaborations, you can mail me officially for the same. Thank you so much. Have a good day, all of you all.